Hey, Brian here from quantlabs.net. What can I tell you? I'm just going through so many MATLAB manuals. It's not funny. A lot of manuals. I put up a video on the walkthrough of the entire set of manuals that are available for licensed users. There are a ton of them. There are not only a ton of them, but there's also a lot of neat little gold nuggets I never even knew about MATLAB, and I've not yet confirmed an end-to-end step process or a tutorial on some of these methodologies. This ranges from maybe at least 10 different ways to extend a MATLAB script, M file, into pretty well any major programming language used in the enterprise, we'll call it that. .NET, Java, Excel. Not only that, as I said, there's at least 10 different ways, and that's just with .NET and Java. When you also working with C or C++, there's got to be double that, and then there's some other legacy ways as well. But yet it still makes the ability with MATLAB an amazing tool to be able to take a prototype strategy, let's say, for trading, and then extend it into a third-party tool that you could use for execution or trading or data acquisition. I mean, data acquisition or data capture can be done within MATLAB, not a problem. But obviously the core of what you're going for is your trading strategy and your trading algorithm or set of trading algorithms. As I read a lot of these manuals, it blows my mind on what MATLAB can do. I've searched high and low within the world of R and what R can do, and as I've said this comparison before, R is a very good tool considering it's free, it's from the academia world, a lot of development and a lot of maturity in that tool. But just the advancements of MATLAB just blows my mind on like double, triple, quadruple the amount of stuff you can do with MATLAB versus things you can do in R. Now, in terms of, like I said, extending those MATLAB scripts into other languages, namely, for my case, .NET, it's very limited what you can do with R. So that's an amazing option for me, I guess you could say. Now, in terms of the particulars of all the different types of methodologies and forecasting and risk management and portfolio optimization from the world within MATLAB, it blows my mind. Not only that, but you can also do things like using, is this model the appropriate type for this type of data? Or should I be using this type of model? And you can do what they call model selection on the fly and be able to use better modeling techniques and have MATLAB on the fly decide to use a different type of model or a variation of a particular model. Those are just one example of what you could do. Not only that, but the ability to even have a model self-adapt to data. So let's say you have a time series, be it in real time or not, or like already a back-tested historical data set of maybe, let's say, 1 million data points of a time series. You could have MATLAB use one of their toolboxes, be able to use a self-adapting way to use maybe one of 7 models to be able to forecast it in what I call curve watching, basically. And as I said, I have different models kick in based upon what the trend of the model or trend of the data on what it's doing. You could have 2 or 3 of these in parallel in analyzing data in real time. And the mind-blowing thing is that you could use something like a genetic algorithms to select which model, which forecasting method you use to optimize maybe a signal or a trading entry point or an exit point. It's unbelievable the power of MATLAB and the creative uses you could apply to it. And there's a lot of things I have not yet seen but I got the flu. Please forgive me. But the things that you can do is just friggin' mind blowing, and very few people have scraped the potential of what this type of platform can do. Be it obviously MATLAB. Now this is just using MATLAB core, meaning the MATLAB itself. But then there's also something even more powerful, and I've shown demos of this, is a Simulink. Over probably about a third of all the data or all the manuals I've seen and PDFs, about a third of them are devoted to Simulink. Excuse me. With Simulink, it's quite powerful as well because, I'll be doing demos. I've already done a demo for my membership where you can develop a model visually and then be able to use the functionality of MATLAB and create custom MATLAB functions as long as it's compliant in the world of MATLAB, or the compliant with Simulink, which chances are it might be. And then you can develop models, very sophisticated models, and be able to have them run in parallel and do all kinds of crazy things, estimating, whatever. Now, I'm hoping that for those that do follow me, that you do know the capabilities of Simulink on its own, where you could code up your Simulink model and code generate into C or C++ for embedded platforms like an FPGA, or for use with something like the open source trading platform we use, TradeLink. Or if you want to get more sophisticated and your end target system is going to be something on an FPGA, you can do that too from that same model in Simulink. It's just an amazing set of tools and options that give you for an end targeting on your trading system, especially for data, or for trading order management or execution. Blows my mind on what MATLAB can do, and a lot of people aren't really utilizing the power of it. So my plan of action is over the next couple days, as I complete a lot of the more what I would consider vital PDFs and manuals of MATLAB, and having a much better understanding on the potential of it. My next set of goals is to start looking at all the different types of forecasting methods and models that are available in MATLAB, and taking some real-world data from obviously IQ feeds with maybe 1 million, 2 million data sets of a particular set of assets, be it equity or forex, and run that data through these different types of model forecasting. I've already got a set that I'm wanting to work on, but there's another set I haven't really looked at, and be able to put out a report of what's good and what's not good. Now, when I say that, it's no different than saying this shows potential profit and that one doesn't. And maybe this one does show profit, but under certain conditions. And also you have to factor in what type of market asset you're really working with, because these models may work great for forex, it may not work for equity, and vice versa. And then you also have not only that type of data, but you also have obviously futures and options, and it just goes on and on. But right now I just want to focus on forex and equity, and that seems to be the most popular asset types right now that people use and trade with, so that's what I'm going to focus on. So over the next few weeks, I'll have to say months, could take a while for me to go through this massive exercise to figure out which ones are potential. And I'll be posting those only available, obviously exclusive to my membership on the Quant Labs Premium members, and obviously probably from time to time doing webinars on it and handling live Q&A questions. So that's my goal of the next couple of months, so that people know what's up. I haven't been posting a lot of videos because I'm just so knee-deep in these manuals and PDFs, just trying to understand the power of MATLAB. I've already known that, but just, we'll call it on the unhidden gold nuggets of MATLAB that I never knew about, that really aren't, I mean, they're probably out there documented online, but you got to know what you're looking for. So that's what I'm trying to identify. And I'm just stunned on the stuff that I'm seeing. It's so amazing. And I continue to do that, and I'm planning to use the power of Matlab and leveraging that power of Matlab, and then using the trade link to be able to generate all the execution and trades, and obviously real-time data capturing as well through IQ Feed, which is working like none other. I mean, it's a very affordable way of capturing data, and I've got so many videos and postings on how to optimize that data, where you really don't need to download these gargantuan data sets at $1,000 a pop from other third-party data providers. It's all there. You just pay $100 a month with IQ Feed, and you can build your own set. So that's the plan of action, and I'll be putting out announcements on what I'm planning to do via email, LinkedIn, all the usual, Facebook, all the usual channels, so people know what's going on. Once we come out at the other end, we know exactly what we're going to be focusing on, and using those models to start paper trading and focus on those type of model types. And also the critical point is to build the risk management side of things, as well as the portfolio management. But that shouldn't be a big deal, because that's already out of box ready for using some of the Matlab toolboxes that are out there. I mean, there's probably going to be some customization, but overall, that's what the emphasis will be on: the model forecasting types, and only the profitable ones for both equity and forex. So I just want to let people know what's going on. Why I'm a little quiet over the last week or so, and most likely I'll be quiet for the next couple days, but then you can start expecting some other videos coming out the woodwork of what works and what doesn't work with the more advanced model types that, as I said, a lot of the retail trading platforms don't even touch, and that's what pretty well gives you the edge in being the better trader versus the regular retail trader. Hopefully I'll help you out. Talk to you later.